I had picked this up from my friend's shop a while back and I had almost completely forgotten about it. So when I found it yesterday, I thought I need to make this into a miniature terrarium. So I started by making a drainage layer out of aquarium sand and I just tapped it to level it out. Then I created a design in the drainage layer by building up different layers of colored sand. Then I added a bit of terrarium soil to my funnel and I just used a skewer stick to push the pieces through so that I'd only have the smallest pieces for this miniature terrarium. And then I just used a brush to slope the soil back to give the terrarium some more depth. When I was out walking this morning, I found this moss growing on the concrete and I thought it would be perfect for this miniature terrarium. So I just took a small piece of it and I'll add that moss round into the terrarium. And then I'll add some taller moss to the background to give the terrarium some more height. And I'll just use the end of a skewer stick to kind of nudge it into place. I'll take some of these smallest stones to add additional visual interest to the terrarium, and I'll just use a brush to create a little pathway. I'll take a cutting of this fittonia lover's plant. I love using this plant for my miniature terrariums because the little florets are the perfect size. And I just trim off any of the lower leaves. And then I add it to the terrarium and make sure to bury that stem into the moss. I have this piece of spiderwood that I want to use for my hardscape, but it's a little big, so I'll just cut off a cross section and then I'll just trim back the branches a little bit so they're varying heights before I add it to the terrarium. Lastly, I'll add a couple drops of distilled water before replacing the glass top to help hold in the humidity so that this miniature terrarium can thrive.